This ain't that pity pat bag rap shit that y'all keep spinning back. This is that take what's mine's that gimme that. They can't duplicate my rhymes or spit them back. This is that one of a kind thing. Detroit's most inspiring comeback story they I seen. Gully, get 'em some Visine. I mean, I've been dope since 19. I ring bells when my name drop. True gossip, riding with that Iron Eagle, Lou Gossett. And I was like, but here's the thing, I had it for so long, I just was like, okay, let me see how it's gonna come out.
I mean, that's dope. The original way was Gucci color, but I like to add that to it. So it made a difference.
What do we have here? Is this some of the fall line?
Absolutely, this is definitely the fall line. This is one of the newest designs. So the Detroit Rebels is a part of Fearless Rebels.
Right.
And I wanted to create a team without it being a team.
Got it.
The Detroit Rebels is the team. This is the team logo. The spirit. It's that simple. But then the new colorways. Fearless Rebels with the Saint Rebel.
Okay.
This is actually a reflective print. So if you take pictures, you get a reflective coating on it.
Same thing.
Same thing. Same thing. Yep.
Good clean print.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And another, this is a brand new colorway. This is the first time I've ever released this colorway.
That's him.
The new design.
Okay.
And one of the special pieces, the hockey jersey.
Fire.
Yeah,
Yo.
man, I'm glad. Actually, yeah. And I didn't even fucking realize that that's what it was turning into. But when we created this label, we just made the homie the artist.
Right. You got an interesting story, Stretch. If you tune in to me watching Gully TV, I'm very, very privileged and blessed to have this opportunity to introduce you to my platform. I try to be the guy who's always finding the next story in hip hop. And when I was introduced to you the first time by Royce the 5'9", I was pretty much in the dark as to who you were, but I knew you was a somebody because you was around Royce. Boom. I uploaded a freestyle that you did to my YouTube channel, and I got a great response. And I noticed that in the comments they were speaking about a song that you had. So my perception of you is that you've kind of like had a rebirth online, and you were already a star out here in Detroit.
Absolutely.
Okay, give me some history on Stretch, the birth of Stretch the first time.
The first time.
Right.
All right, here's what happened. In 05, me and the homies, there's a lot of us back then, but Crane overcame, started a label, Hot Lava Records. I was introduced to him. I was spitting back then, but I didn't even know how to write songs and shit. So when I met him, he was like, yo, start learning how to write songs and shit. And that's when Stretch Money happened. He took me to the studio, I started recording. Never recorded before, none of that shit. He decided that instead of just doing little by little, we was gonna grind, get our cheese up, and then come back in. We stacked our cheese up. You know what type of money it take to get in this shit. When we came in, we did everything. From you talking about marketing and promo, it wasn't nowhere in Detroit that you didn't see my face. People didn't even know my music and they were seeing my face. That's how it was a poster, it was a flyer. We had vans with my face on it, riding around. We had the StarCraft vans wrapped and all kind of shit back then. My record just so happened, it was just easy on everybody's ears. Take Money to Make Money was the record.
Right.
And it was amazing. Frankie Beverly sample.
Okay.
We Are One.
Okay.
So when all the hardcore gangster shit was going on and Niggas was, you already know how the game is. I came with some shit that made them dance.
Okay.
And I fucked everybody up because from the age of 6 to 56, they loved my record.
Right.
And I blew everybody out the water.
I noticed in the comments a lot of people were saying, yo, that was my shit in school. Back when we was in school, that was my shit.
Yeah.
So you had kind of like a hip-hop pop record out here.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was produced by Helliver. And it was, what was crazy was that when everybody heard the record and started hearing me, and it was really just that one record, but motherfuckers knew I could spit. They was like, yo, this nigga's different. This nigga could really rap. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this young dog from the East?
Right.
And that was the thing. Like, I was one of the first niggas to get on the heli beat and actually be a rapper.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, stop me if I get off track. You came out with this record during like a dark period in
Absolutely.
Detroit hip hop.
We had just lost Proof.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. You from the East Side?
Yep.
You wanted to. It seems like often when somebody come up with a hit record, it's often a guy who said, "Man, I was doing this for the first time and shit." Mm-hmm. Did that strike you as odd that you was able to hit him with a hit record off bat?
I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Right.
It was a little odd, but then I knew I was that fucking good.
Right.
So the piece of me wasn't as shocked because I set out to make a point. Mm-hmm. I felt like couldn't no motherfucking body from the cats that was out from Detroit couldn't rap.
Right.
That was popular. I felt like niggas couldn't rap. That's just personally how I felt. Young, 18, 19, and I was a rap warrior back then.
Right.
Like,
I understand you was a rap warrior, and you know that was like your first time, you know, pushing out a song. What was the venue where rap warriors congregated at? Because I know you got like you can go a cappella and different shit. Like, yeah. where you polish your skills at? Was you a part of that? Oh, at home?
I caught the ass end of the era of the M, the D12, the slum villages, like the real MCing, them cats. I didn't even get a chance to be a part of the shelter in the St. Andrews was still alive.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
You know what I'm saying? But it was also the shelter and the hip hop shop and shit like that. I didn't get to see that. I came in the end. You know what I'm saying? And then the guys that were the guys from M to 12 and them to Elzai and them to motherfucking Guilty Simpson, Fat Cat. It's so many phenomenal MCs that was from, but they had became who they were, so that wave was over. Like, right. 8 Mile was just to give you a bit and piece of what that shit was like. Right. For real.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Back then, and see, here's the crazy thing about your question, is because I was the only, I got catapulted into the street music, because we was in the streets, but I was always trying to be an MC. So I'm the MC amongst all these street niggas and street rapper niggas.
Right.
And that's just how it's always been. But then it's a few of us sprinkled out. It's Mike, it's Seven in general, it's such and such. It's just because you do this don't mean you ain't no street nigga or, but it was only a few of us that was, you know, we was in the mix, but it was only a few of us that really was rapping. Right. And had bars.
Alright, when you say rap and you stress rapping and bars, why does that sector of Detroit hip hop, why does it become concealed by the dope boy music?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay? All I know is it's a fucking line drawn between street nigga rapping and hip hop, and it's a complete separation. It ain't no both, and it's been like that since since Royce the 5'9" and the Street Lords. It's been like that here.
Give my viewers some history on who the Street Lords are. I want to go back there because these will probably be some of your inspirations. Some of the people who inspired you to do rap.
Yeah.
Tell them about Blade and Juan and all of those guys.
I know Juan personally. Never got to meet Blade. Rest in peace to the homie, the legend. The Street Lords consist of Blade, Juan, and many others. Mike, rest in peace, Mike, Jesse James. Man, damn the Lords, man. The Lords were very influential, for the lack of a better word, and just to break that shit down in the lamest terms. But I'm from the east side, so just as much as it was the Lords, we had the Cheddar Boys, the east side Cheddar Boys.
Okay.
And I'm from the east side, so naturally, organically, yeah, I'm fucking with Malik, Tax, Tuck, and all them. That's the Cheddar Boys.
Right.
So, and Wipeout, rest in peace, Wipeout. But to my understanding, the Eastside Cheddar Boys was just it started out as supposing to be like not a byproduct of the Street Lords, but just some more homies on the east, like we repping the same thing
over here.
Yeah.
Right.
And unfortunately, they end up beefing, and one thing led to another. That's a whole nother big story that a nigga like me can't tell.
Right.
For real.
Right.
Because there's a lot of street shit involved with that.
Due to the magnitude of a lot of street activity surrounding the city, do you think it actually suppresses the chances of the next Truth, Guilty Simpson coming out of the city? Do you think that, you know, the identity for street activity, for the bricks, for the heroes and shit like that, do you think that suppresses the prospect of us discovering the next lyricist?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because every motherfucking body here know I'm here. And it's a lot of motherfuckers outside of here that know I'm here. But that street shit is what they want.
Yeah.
And one thing about this business is entertainment is gonna always overrule what the fuck is real or what need to be heard, or you don't matter because you doper.
Right.
Or no, motherfuckers want to be entertained. And right now they want to be entertained with that street shit. Yes, it suppresses and makes motherfuckers like me, MCs like me, fall on deaf ears. Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. Am I bitter about it? No, I used to be.
Right.
But I understand the dynamics, and ain't nobody fighting my fight but me. So I stick to my guns and do what the fuck I want to do with my shit. And I realized, fuck am I spending so much time trying to get in the business for when I end the business? Let me just make my money come to me.
Right. What I was trying to say in regards to me finding the next great thing in hip hop and shit like that, I was referring to something original as your Dragonfly Jones.
Absolutely.
Tell me what gave birth to that, because you killed that shit and it was creative as a motherfucker and you was rocking it. I thought it was dope. Like it could be an alter ego. Like you continue with that.
I am.
Okay.
I am. What happened was, see, Dragonfly Jones was really, the idea was birthed before I did the Drunken Master. He came to life on the Silver Surfer with the record I did, No Pressure.
Okay.
And I really I was watching the game, watching what's going on here, and just watching just what I'm seeing overall. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, how can I be different? How can I shoot a video and not just be standing in front of the camera? Or how can I separate myself from everything? And how can I show these motherfuckers I ain't afraid? Like, I'll take whatever risk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Stepping out of character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Breaking barriers.
But I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
And the real truth about it is I'm a movie nigga. Like, I'm not like the nigga that's heavy sports and know all the ball players' names, and I drop sports lines and metaphors and references and all, but I know the fuck out some movies and TV shows. So I said, let me start applying what's true to me to my art.
Okay.
And that's how the fuck that came about. Now me putting that fro on and shit. And
yeah. Where you get the gi from?
I bought that shit from I got the original costume from Party City.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then the second time around for the Drunken Master, me and Devin just went on and made custom karate jackets.
Yeah.
Put the Fearless Rebel shit on there.
That shit was hard.
Yeah.
That should be available as merch too.
Yeah. And I was at a cross between, like, originally I want to call myself Kung Fu Strizzy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's so close to Kung Fu Kenny. And I already get a motherfucker, you look like Kendrick Lamar, and it's like, ain't this a bitch? You know what I'm saying? So it was like Dragonfly or Kung Fu Strizzy, and I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna let niggas call it Dragonfly.
Tell me, give me some details, you know, not a lot, about your relationship with Royce the 5'9". That's who I was introduced to you by.
Absolutely.
High caliber MC shit. Is it true that birds of a feather flock together?
Absolutely. That's the only reason he let me stand next to him in the room. If he didn't respect me. I never forget, like, one of our first, like, our man's a czar. It's a well-known, world-renowned, the highly honorable Azar. I was over his crib doing some shit. Royce walked in. Handed me a big a fifth of 1800 and said, go in the booth. I mean, Royce has always been Royce.
Yeah.
So I took that bottle, cracked that bitch, pulled me some shots and got busy 15, 20 minutes. Gave him a verse right on the spot. Some crack. Me and him went over Lil Wayne, Let the Beat Build. And that was like a moment where it was a profound respect gained between one another, for him to give me the opportunity, but for me to show and prove to him. And it's been on ever since. If you ask me to give you, he's like a big brother, but kind of like a sensei. And it's like he just waiting on me to, like, it's crazy.
Get the dribble right.
Yeah, he know it.
Right.
But he want to see me do it. So that's our relationship.
When you see him in conflict publicly, lyrical conflict publicly, like it just flared up maybe a couple of weeks ago. Lupe, RJ Payne, seemed like they was kind of grouping up on him. Mickey dropped the diss track. How does that rub you when people start coming down on Royce?
That fucked me up, but I knew it was friendly. And I also told Payne, I said, stand on that shit you saying, because I'm fucking with you.
Oh, when they said they was the best?
Yeah. I'm like Nickel, but Nickel's on ransom tape.
Yeah.
He on ransom last tape.
Right.
So I knew that shit, see, for us with real MCs, it's understood when we talk shit and sling mud. We warriors. This is what this shit is, and it without it being like hard feelings and beef.
Right.
We can talk this shit and we could spew it out. So that last shit I ain't take personally. Then another thing is with Nickel, man, he's like a fucking. Royce don't need nobody to step in.
He don't need no help.
like we respect him and hold him so high. It's like that nigga could be 80 years old and he ain't gonna need no help. He's still a true.
Right.
It's like that's Royce. So yeah, he don't need no motherfucking help, but I'm more than ready.
And you got a list of your top MCs that came out of Detroit, past and present. It's here.
No. I've never made a list. I studied Royce and M back in the day. Some of the first MCs from here that I studied.
Right.
I've studied Guilty. I've studied Elzai. These are cats I've studied. I've never made a list. I don't have a list. Although I'm saying these names and saying I ain't got a list. These are the cats that I look to receive respect from and to be welcomed in the same room with. So yeah, let's make the fucking list right now. Royce, M, Elzai, Guilty, Street Lord Juan.
Solid ass list.
Street Lord Juan is a real fucking MC, and people have yet to actually like say it out loud and give it to him, but that's why he's so fucking dope.
Right.
He talked that wicked shit, that street shit. Oh shit, Eshawn gonna kick my motherfucking ass. Eshawn should have been the first name I said. That should have been the first name I said. I've also been told that I fucking sound like him. But Eshawn, man, I gotta say everybody I just said and then put Eshawn on the top of that list.
I heard a lot about him. I heard a lot about Elzai too.
Elzai's a fucking evil he's a warlord. He's just as wicked as Royce.
Are you in tune with some of the new faces of Detroit? Some of the guys just getting mainstream recognition, like Vez,
absolutely. Fuck
Payroll.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I love Payroll. I really fuck with Babyface Ray.
I like his music too.
I like
talking
Ray.
that slick shit.
Yeah, it's I like the shit he talking. It's slick. I like how cool he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big risk to take in making music.
Yeah.
And he takes it. He fucking takes it. But I like it's the way for like me and like how I feel about like Ray. It's not the same, but it's similar to how I feel about the Migos. I don't listen to Migos for really what the fuck they saying for real, but that shit just be feeling good.
Kicking that shit.
And Ray just so happen that Ray be dropping some fly shit in between, so it works.
Yeah.
Vez, that's a bad motherfucker. I've watched him reinvent himself. I think he's on like the third reinvention now. As an artist and MC, you got to take your hat off to niggas that do that and can do that and recognize that they need to do that. Calico.
You in tune with the battle rap code?
Calico.
Yeah.
That's a mean motherfucker. I get a lot of people that like seeing the way my flow has evolved over the years and seeing where I'm at with it now. Niggas ask me to get in that game, and I respect that game. My respect for that game is so high. Like I ain't gonna say I'm afraid to do it.
Yeah.
But man, that's a different ballpark, man. Niggas think that they could just jump in that ring right there.
I heard some of your acapellas, man. That last one you said, when I be on these niggas' ass for real. I be in my bag for real.
Yeah. Niggas don't want me in my bag for real. Right. I brought luggage in the carry-on. Right. Yeah. So I really just enjoy fucking with that shit, man. And for me, getting thrown into the pot with like the street sound and the street orientation, that's, you know what I mean? Like when I came in the game, my beats was produced by Hell of a beats was top dollar back then.
Right.
05, 06. But coming in the game with that sound, but really having an MC lying dormant inside was crazy because it's been a battle for me. And now, because I love making music, I fight the, should I make this? I had a conversation with Vez, he looked me in my eye. And I ain't ever really told nobody this. But Vez looked me in my eye and said, come on home. And what he meant was, come over here with us. Stay here. Like, stay with us and do this and get your money. It couldn't have been no clearer. Because everybody know I can fucking rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But all that is cool. And I appreciate the kind gesture. But in my heart, I want to rap. I want to fucking rap. So this is what I gotta do. I gotta do it this way. And the best part about it for me is I get to carve out a new legacy. I don't mind putting the work in. It's nothing. I rap in my sleep.
2021, what you got going on besides the most recent project that you just dropped?
Man, 2021 is down there already mapped out. If I don't get the Giant album out this year, 2021, the Giant is dropping. 2021, Legend of the Silver Surfer 2 is dropping. After that, Drunken Master 2 is dropping. So I pretty much got the first couple quarters already lined up with music and new merch that we releasing. So I got a fully functioning machine on my own. My music pay for itself to come out. I don't come out of pocket for my music to come out. All I need to do is go to the studio and get in that bitch and rap. Because my efforts have paid for the shit that's in the studio.
Right.
So I just got to keep oil in the engine. Right now I'm lined up. 2021, it's a long list of projects coming from Stretch Money. If you haven't noticed, I've been dropping frequently, whether it was a tape or a new single, every single month. Haven't let up yet, last 18 months. So for those that's unaware or choosing to sleep by choice, just type Stretch Money in on whatever platform you want to. If you're looking for me on Instagram, Stretch Money DET. If you're looking for me on Facebook, it's Stretch McCullough. Go on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, type in Stretch Money. It's all there. On me.
Stretch, give me a drop, man. I appreciate your time. I'm gonna want some bars when this is over with. I know you got something for me.
Hey yo, it's your boy Stretch Money, Rebel Nation. Shout out to my dog, Gully TV. Yeah.